Allez, c'est parti pour Tartare. Donc c'est la dernière quête, la dernière mission, la dernière planète où normalement il n'y a pas d'aller-retour. Parce que voilà, vous êtes sur le point de vous mesurer au labyrinthe sur Tartare, ce qui déterminera le destin de la colonie d'Alcyon. Si vous voulez faire quoi que ce soit avant d'entrer dans la prison, faites-le maintenant, avant de franchir le point de non-retour. Souhaitez-vous continuer? Oui. Parce que j'ai fait 2 sauvegardes. Voulez-vous sauvegarder? Ouais, pourquoi pas. Ah, par contre, ça, je pensais pas qu'ils allaient te demander de re-sauvegarder. Ça, c'est génial.
Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Rendre tout décollage impossible pour le moment. C'est donc pour ça, donc j'espère qu'ils feront une mise à jour.
Resident count is as follows: 3071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Bien tenté, mais tu peux toujours courir.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and will be executed.
Ah, tu mens. Combien de temps ça va prendre? Eh bien, de tous les endroits où se faire arrêter, vous êtes tous obsédés par vos histoires de violation protocolaire, ma parole.
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Puisque vous comptez me tuer, à quoi bon perdre ma phrase? Quoi que...
Protocol is important, sir. The sentencing of one crime does not preclude the sentencing of another, technically speaking. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that, just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
J'ai envie de me divertir. Bah, plus tard.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Un autre vaisseau s'est amarré à côté du mien. Allons voir ça. Transfert là. J'ai les oreilles qui vibrent. Oh. Range le pistolet. C'est où qu'il faut... Ah. Ah, accès... Il faut pas rentrer en mode... Est-ce que j'ai la carte d'accès? J'ai pas la carte d'accès. Qui est... Ouais, mais... Attends. Merde.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's ours. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I dream. Push on, Margot.
Ah ouais. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Moi je pique tout, ouais, je pique tout. Ça va sûrement me servir à rien. Oh, attends. Ah ouais, vous êtes gentil avec moi. Allez! C'est la bagarre! Attends, tiens. Tiens ma copine. Tiens ma copine. Tiens ma copine. Oh par contre comment... J'ai pas ma manette élite. Là j'ai changé de manette parce que la manette élite... Tiens. Tiens. Mon fusil à pompe il fait pas trop de dégâts. Par contre je suis en train de souffrir. Tiens. Ah, ça fait mal. Moi qui voulais aller en mode à l'arrache. Ah bah j'ai un peu du mal. Mais là, mais ah. Et en plus eux, ils courent comme des oufs. Ah comment c'est gentil, ils viennent m'aider. J'ai bien fait de les aider les corporations qui m'aiment. Ça ils m'aident. Ah je pique tout hein, Attendez les copains hein. Je vais ouvrir quelque chose, une porte. Ah ouais. Oh là 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 là. Ah la copain. C'est ouvert. Ah, je récupère tout ce que je peux. Hein, c'est quoi cette porte par contre? Ah putain, je suis pas assez. Je suis pas assez crédité. What the fuck?
Gotta admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Allez copines, c'est bon. Ok, on est venus ensemble, on repartira ensemble, ok? Ou pas.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Putain la vache. Il y a des moyens discrets de rentrer, des moyens non discrets, mais nous ce qu'on va faire, hein, nous on est des bourrins, on va y aller en mode YOLO. Eh, vous savez quoi? On va se la faire. Alors vous mettez ici. Moi j'avance. Voilà. Et on les tue d'ici. Waouh! Venez ici. Venez ici. On va les attendre là. Là, on va les attendre. Ouais, ça va être chaud, elles vont mourir. Reviens, on remonte. Oh. Ah, ça va être chaud ça. Hein. En plus, il n'y a pas de point de sauvegarde, c'est ça qui est dur. Au moins, leur compétence. Si je fais cette technique, elle va être longue, mais je vais couper. Hein, je vais juste prendre les scènes de bagarre. Voilà, si je peux en tuer 3 à chaque fois. On en tuera 3. Technique. Venez. Venez doucement. Mon sniper. Ah ouais, le but dans ce jeu quand tu joues en extrême difficulté, c'est de les attirer vers toi. Restez là. Faites pas de bruit. Moi, je vais les attirer. comme ça qu'il faut faire. Petit robot, viens ici. Je te vois pas, t'es pas dans ma ligne de mire, petit robot. Et il se cache derrière, le petit enfoiré de robot. Top, top, top. Revenez les copines. Mettez-vous ici. Moi je m'occupe de lui. Attends, j'ai vu sa vie. Ah, j'ai vu la vie de Parvati, comment elle est descendue d'un coup. J'ai fait c'est dangereux. Mon joueur a soif. Putain, mais c'est pas le moment de boire de boire tout court. Tu bois pas tout de suite. Et vu que t'as soif, je vais te donner à boire. C'est quoi ça? C'est rétrofusé. Vas-y, je bois ça. Ah non, c'était à bouffer ça. Allez, venez, on avance. Doucement. Oh là, il y a du méchant. Il y a du méchant, il y a du méchant. Venez, venez, les copines. Allez, copine. Ah, copine. Ah, reste là. Oh. Il y avait une arme ici. Je l'ai pas vu. Restez ici, les copines. Moi, je pars en éclaireur. Et on verra ce qu'on peut faire. Parce que je suis pas très serein. On va monter là. Il n'y a pas une petite échelle, un petit escabeau. Ah, je prends... Tout est bon à prendre, hein. Ah, le mec il est sur ses gardes, mais je sais pas si c'est un mec ou c'est un robot ou... Ça a l'air d'être un robot. Vu ça démarche. Bien lisse. Je n'arrive pas à voir. On va prendre un peu de hauteur quand même. Donc là il y a un mec qui est juste là. Ok. Et ça c'est un mec. Ok, c'est deux bugs. Il y a deux mecs. Deux booksters. Je suis prêt à déguerpir là en 2-2. Je vais attendre. Ah, il va passer là, il va passer là. Putain merde, putain merde. Putain merde, descends, descends. Descends. Mon coco, toi. Bam. Ah, t'étais pris en guet-apens en direct, hein. Ah, je t'ai vu direct. Oh, il y en a d'autres là-bas. T'as des coups de feu dans l'entrepôt et ils entendent pas. Tiens, dans ta tête. Va se coucher. Pas bouger, je te dis. Reviens à ton poste, toi t'étais bien là-bas. Reviens. Les copines, restez là, hein. Restez là, les copines. Hein. Oh, oh, ouais, nice, 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 nice. Oh oh. Pas nice. Au moins quand ils vont arriver, ils seront déjà faiblards. Oh, 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 oh. La technique. Par contre, si je vais trop loin, vous commencez à me suivre. C'est pas grave. Là. Au stade où j'en suis, je pense que j'ai fait un petit peu bien du ménage. Ou pas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh là, il y en a 4 là. Eh, copine. On avance doucement mais sûrement. Parce que là... Je sais pas où ils sont les cocos. Vous savez quoi, on va retourner en arrière, je vais monter sur l'échelle et vous allez attendre en bas de l'échelle vous. Comme ça s'ils arrivent, vous allez attendre ici. Ça, s'ils arrivent, au moins vous les prenez en secrète. Si vous voyez ce que je veux dire. Heureusement que j'ai pris mon sniper. Heureusement qu'il est là, lui. Par contre, je sais pas où ils sont les autres. Celui qui était en bas, bah, il a disparu. Et les autres, là, je les vois pas. A priori, il y en a ici. Ah ouais, il est là. Oh, laissez-le venir. Oh, oh, toi, tu oses me tirer dessus, toi? Tu as osé me tirer dessus? Ah, l'autre, c'est un robot. Oh, yes. Oh, en plus, toi, t'es à côté d'un baril de d'explosion. Voilà, voilà, voilà. La copine. J'ai réveillé un tas de personnes là. Venez, 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 venez.
Sorry, can't do that!
Moving.
Sure.
Oh, je kiffe le piano, le violon. Eh mais il est rush. Lui là. Toi mon coco, toi tu vas pas faire. Regarde. Ah je t'ai dit toi coco, t'allais pas faire long feu. Vas-y venez, venez, j'ai pas peur. Un petit peu, mais j'ai pas peur. Un petit peu, mais t'as pas peur. Oh, c'est qui me tire dessus? C'est Zeppo. Ah, les copines, ça va les copines? Ah, il me faut un point de sauvegarde parce que si le jeu il plante, admettons qu'il plante, même si j'aimerais pas qu'il plante. Oh là, ça c'est un truc qui explose. Ah, mais j'aurais pu le faire péter toi tout à l'heure. Bon, il reste plus qu'un garde, je pense. Non, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus j'avance, plus c'est chaud. Allez copines, restez là. On va passer par en haut. Venez, suivez-moi.
Coming, Captain.
On va prendre de la hauteur les copines. On met ici la porte. Ah, yes. Ah, non. Oh, oui. Là, j'ai eu un faux espoir 2 secondes. J'ai vu qu'il y avait des munitions. J'ai fait, ah, c'est bien ça. De la boisson. Je pense que je peux à tout moment retourner sur le vaisseau pour au moins sauvegarder. Parce que faire la quête d'une traite, ça serait impossible. J'avais cru en voir marcher là-bas. Oh oui. Oh oui, des drones. Ok, bah. Bah bon. Avance, allez. Non. Oh, j'ai failli tomber. Oh, il y a des trucs intéressants à récupérer. Oh, mais une passerelle. Le mec. Non, je peux pas y aller. Ah, si, en fait, je peux y aller. Oh, les copines. Bah, c'est le foutoir ici. Ah ouais, frère, faut pas me tourner le dos. Je t'avais pas vu, toi. Ah mais c'est un... Mais comme il dit, c'est un labyrinthe en fait ici. Il y a des gardes partout et tout. Oh, comment je suis concentré là. Oh, je l'ai déchiqueté. Heureusement que j'ai 9098 balles là. Ah, le robot là. Voilà, lui, il a déjà un peu abîmé. Brûle bébé, brûle. Tu vas où? Meurs. Brûle et meurs. Bon bah, je crois qu'il en reste plus qu'un. On va attendre que leur capacité spéciale recharge. Et on va aller se le liquider. Il est là. Tiens. Voilà, capacité spéciale x2. Putain, comment elle s'énerve. Ah, allons voir ce qui se passe en haut, ce qui se trame. Il me faut un point de sauvegarde là, les cocottes. J'ai pas envie d'aller au vaisseau. Alors dis-moi que c'est une porte qui se... Oui!
Bon. Qui ne nous tue pas nous rend plus fort, hein, comme on dit. Et bah du coup, hein, je vais aller au plus vite. Oh, oh, oh. On se calme. Allez, attaque! C'est des ouf d'aller comme ça à l'attaque. Putain, j'arrive pas à lui. Mais arrête de bouger. Bon bah il est mort. Ah. Ramassons un peu tout ça avant de remonter en haut. Au stade où j'en suis. C'est vrai que sur les forums, ce qu'ils disaient que ça allait pas être si facile que ça. Alors en Supernova, j'explique pas, c'est une hécatombe. Bon, j'ai tout, je suis en pleine forme. Ok, c'est parti. Donc là, je sais pas par où commencer du coup. Parce qu'il faudra pas que je tue mes alliés. Bon, amis de MSI, les grandes... Voilà, eux c'est mes potes. Tout à l'heure je les ai trahis sans faire exprès, ils se sont retournés sur moi. Ah, ils m'ont fait un peu beaucoup mal. J'arrive pas à le voir. Tiens, vas-y, attaque spéciale. Donc faut que je tue que la corporation, pas le MSI. Allez, vas-y. Oh, il est mort. Oh, nickel. Ah, pour une fois qu'ils viennent m'aider, ces enfoirés. Comment ils courent tous. Allez, 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 on a fait le ménage. Je sais même s'il y a du vacarme comme pas possible, mais il continue à faire son petit business tranquille. Ouh. Ah, je fais pas dans la dentelle. Hein. Ce serait bien qu'il y ait un établi pour que je puisse... Oh ouais, c'est un bordel, mais c'est un labyrinthe de ouf en fait, ils avaient raison. Grim.
For the Rangers. Never done this before, but that ain't gonna stop me now.
Bah venez, suivez-moi, hein, parce que moi je vais pas quand même aller faire tout seul. Les copines.
I'm moving.
Ce que je veux dire, c'était rester là. Oh là là! Oh, attends. Ouais, mais t'es sérieuse, toi, à sortir comme ça? T'as pas vu que Parvati, elle a souffert? Au calme. C'est comme ça qu'il faut faire. En toute discrétion. Déverrouiller la porte, sortir, quitter. J'ai un peu peur là.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a...
Oh, ce petit gars est en train de sauver tous les colons sergents que vous avez abandonnés.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
Si vous voulez bien coopérer, on en sort. Ah, on n'en serait pas là. Vous savez, ça m'avait pas traversé honnêtement. Vous préférez qu'on continue de foncer tête baissée vers l'anéantissement peut-être.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, yes, I would.
Putain, mais je peux pas, je suis pas assez persuasif.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. I've got work to do.
Oh. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Je le tue ou pas? What? Ouais, il était pas mort. Au moins, il est mort. Ta. Au moins il fera plus de mal à plus personne. Du coup je présume qu'il faut monter. Encore. Bon bah. Ça va devenir de plus en plus chaud. Oh, ça va être tendu. Ah, je vois. Ah. Je retiens mon souffle. Oh, le réflexe. Eh, il faut que je passe une porte là, ça c'est pas possible. Moi je suis en train de tout piquer alors que ça sert strictement à rien.
Be right there.
Waste of company ammo.
Putain, c'est la dernière ligne droite là, je suis pas bien. Hein. Putain, il y a encore un ennemi, je sais pas où il est. Ah, je suis pas bien. Hein. Vous savez ce que je vais faire? Ah mais ça risque... Non, allez c'est bon, tant pis.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. Words cannot express the extent of my disappointment. We had a plan. All you had to do was skip the Hope to Tartarus, as I asked. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty. Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army?
Non, pas du tout.
Those barbarians from Monarch are running wild in my prison. I suppose I have you to thank for this indignity. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested. The board is the only legitimate power in Halcyon. We are Halcyon. I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you. This is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Répé...
Well, that's mostly correct. You're not leaving here at all. You were one of my finest agents once. I don't want to destroy you. Turn yourself in, and I may... I don't, you perfidious turncoat. You know... Never mind. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse you. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Ok, ok, alors... Je sens que ça va être vachement dur. Allez, vas-y, achève-le. Ah.
I'm coming.
C'est pas ce coup ici. Je traverse ces endroits au calme. Ah ouais, si j'avais 100 de piratage, j'aurais pu passer par là. J'aurais complètement contourné le robot et tout.
Why won't you just die?
Ouh, oula, oula. Ah? Ah, mon arme, elle l'a complètement... Ok. Ok, ok.
Get me out of here.
Oh, j'ai les mains qui transpirent à mort.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Est-ce que ça va? Est-ce qu'ils vous ont fait quelque chose? C'est bien.
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
J'ai peur que... À quelle tuile, je dirais que...
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Nous avons beaucoup de travail, nous ferons bien de nous y mettre tout de suite.
Yes, yes.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé d'après vous? Comment savez-vous tout ça? Avez-vous parlé de...
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Ok, comment
I
avez-vous
heard
tout
it from
ça?
Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there... You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Vous avez dit qu'il y avait aucun message à part de la
Yes,
Terre.
Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? We'd have utter pandemonium.
La station relais.
Yes, you were the one who reactivated that relay station, weren't you? Any message from Earth would have arrived unencrypted. It's been 3 years since our last message. The board tried using drones to contact Earth. Every one of those drones sent back the same encrypted message. Earth is completely silent.
Y a-t-il autre chose que j'ai?
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours. Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. If you have any more...
Non, je n'ai plus de... On va se remettre au travail.
Right. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony. We're going to need a leader. And I can't imagine a better person for the job than you.
Il faut bien quelqu'un derrière cette... C'est moi la seule personne comme ça.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed.
Eh ben voilà. Qu'est-ce qui va se passer?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took sublight salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the sublight family together. Over the years, the ruins of Edgewater caused irreversible environmental damage to the landscape of Emerald Vale, owing largely to the presence of toxic compounds in the town's building materials. As for Edgewater's former workers, their remains provided a source of nourishment for the region's fauna, leading to an explosion in the sprat population. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective. She understood she could never truly rely on others, so she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Waouh. J'ai tout lu, c'est... Waouh. Eh ben merci d'être resté jusqu'au bout. C'est le dernier... C'était la dernière vidéo... épisode. Je sais, j'en ai perdu tous mes mots. C'est la fin, quoi. C'était le dernier épisode de ce jeu. Donc je vous remercie d'avoir suivi tout au long du temps. Tout épisode confondu, et de m'avoir suivi tout au long de cette histoire. On se quitte sur ce générique magnifique que je ne laisserai pas jusqu'à la fin, parce qu'il n'y a rien après le générique. Et merci encore. Et on se retrouve très vite pour de nouvelles vidéos. C'était Parzival. Ciao ciao ciao.